Hello, everyone. Welcome to Model Express. Today I bring you the issuxark 00x3/2 kit Messer Wing modification video. The model I used was produced by Aoshima, but unfortunately there is no booster mode, so I came up with the idea of modifying it myself, referring to the game, animation, and the modification of the master, and finally determined my version. Although I can't completely restore the settings, it is still a satisfactory modification. Let's take a look at the production process below. The kit comes with engine accessories that we can use directly. The first step of the modification is to assemble the engine. Since the height of the engine does not meet the height of the booster, 4 layers of 1 mm plastic sheets need to be stacked. According to the design diagram, the booster has 2 layers of turbo engines at the front and 1 layer at the back. Since I can't do 3D printing, I used the simplest way to modify it, PVC transparent tube. The first stage turbine at the front end of the booster can directly use the parts in the kit. Here are the dimensions of the PVC pipes used. The turbine inner pipe is 13 by 0.5 mm and the outer cover is 18 by 0.5 mm. Calculate the length of the turbine and mark it. At the same time, the width of the turbine cover also needs to be marked to facilitate subsequent installation. The protruding blades of the turbine are made of square PVC rods with a width of 2 cm. The inner diameter of the 18 by 0.5 mm outer cover is 17 mm, and the 13 mm inner tube plus 4 mm. One circle of blades is equivalent to 2 layers, equals 17 mm, which just matches the inner diameter of the outer cover. In order to restore the setting, the turbine blades need to be tilted at a certain angle when pasting them. This requires special attention. In order to connect the front turbine nozzle conveniently, I used a Gundam modification part, which is very easy to buy. As the data calculation in the video was correct, the outer cover was easily inserted, and the internal pattern of the connector just matched the size of the nozzle. The connector used to connect the front end of the turbine is a 6 mm PVC pipe, and the fan blades use a 1 mm glue stick. The front end of the turbine basin directly uses a modified part from Gundam. The rear turbine part interface is 22 mm, so we use 13 mm PVC pipe and 2 mm glue stick to make the fan blades. The outer cover uses 20 mm PVC pipe. At the same time, we use Gundam modified parts to make internal connectors and the rear turbine outlet. The color of the booster's unfolded turbine is light green and blue, but in the end it was decided to use metallic green with gold turbine blades. The last difficult part is the messer wing. Use a 1 mm thick plastic sheet to draw the outer edge according to the parts. Because of the thickness and inclination, then extend it outward to prepare for subsequent grinding. At the same time, carve out the hollow part inside. There are 4 pieces in total on the left and right. The internal components of Messer Wing are constructed using Gundam-modified parts. The structure in the setting diagram is the old version. I looked up the 3D modeling diagram and pieced it together to approximate the internal structure of the setting. The internal parts are mainly silver, with gold as embellishment, and 1mm red glue sticks are used to simulate the pipelines. The base color of Messer Wing is light cyan to simulate the effect. Paste the original parts on the plastic board parts, and then comes the most painful polishing step: carefully polish along the edges. At the same time, special attention should be paid to the fact that the wings are curved, and they need to be polished and extended according to the overall curvature. After sanding, I repainted it. The edge curvature was very natural and it looked very ductile. Sanding requires a lot of patience. It took me 2 days to do it. It was so painful. I regretted not having 3D printing. The penultimate step is to install the painted parts into the Messer Wing. The two wings are open and the top is flat. At present, our model still has a gap between the top and the bottom. How to solve this problem? Photosensitive resin completely solves this problem. Since I want to see the internal structure more clearly, I did not apply a layer of transparent green on the surface after the resin is dry. Since the bottle mouth of UV resin is relatively large, you need to be careful when injecting the resin. Here I recommend using a syringe to inject the resin to the edge like I did. Okay, let's take a look at the final transformation of Messer Wing.
コンピューターによるナビゲーションシステムを搭載したレースマシン、サイバーフォーミュラの登場は F1 に代わる21世紀のニューレースマシンとして世界中の人々を熱狂させた。
急いで行くからもう心配しないで、あなたを助けに愛しているよ。不思議な胸騒ぎ、あなたからの SOS、 夕べからずっと感じてる。一連の嵐で行く手を塞がれてる。ビジュアルが浮かんだ。愛とか奇跡とかバカにしちゃダメと、何時が新しい波連れてきても今すぐ